Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown and the Sunday Preview Rundown. This week we've got Kill Team, Middle-earth, and Tools.
Yeah. Yay, Tools.
Well, okay.
Okay, so this is big.
This might be the single fastest turnaround between announcing a product and putting the product up.
Yeah.
This was announced yesterday.
Yeah. At time of recording, this is yesterday. This is along the lines of, and it's available in stores right now. Because that's always worked well. Anyway, but still, like, everybody was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my hands on those new Kasrkin. And they're like, hey, I got good news for you.
Good news, you can buy a new Kasrkin.
Yeah.
So, some notes about this one. This is the next step in the Gallowdark saga. This is Shadow Vaults.
Yep.
It is Kasrkin versus Necrons.
Yeah, so let's take a look-see at the...
So here's the problem.
Yeah.
The Kasrkin, there's no preview for the Kasrkin on this page.
Yeah, so, okay, we've got... This is cool. I like this heavy bolter emplacement.
I do like the addition of battle bots to the Warhammer 40,000 universe.
Ooh. I do like all the scatter terrain you're getting out of this. And also, what is apparently a neutron bomb and a skip.
Hey, you gotta get it there somehow.
Yeah. So, hey, a bunch of hex marks.
Death marks and immortals.
Death marks, thank you. I don't know, they all sound the same to me.
And cryptex and plasmacytes.
Yeah.
So what we're probably looking at here is the existing kit with an upgrade sprue.
Right. As is so often the case. So my uneducated guess here is probably going to be single sprue, the regular sprue from that, and then these little goobers are going to be on their own. And
the heads on the death marks are different. So there's going to be a Kill Team upgrade sprue on this.
As there often is.
Yeah. And then the Kasrkins, which are not on this page for some reason, are going to be brand new. Can you go to the train, please?
Yes. This train or the other train?
Worth noting, this train is exactly the same as it was in the Gallowdark box, except some of the wall things are a little different.
Yeah.
So the Gallowdark box came with sprues for all of the main pieces and a sprue with some kind of accoutrement or whatever. That sprue will be different, but the base set is the same.
Yeah. But this is also extremely good to have because this is a way that you can expand out your existing what is called Zone Mortalis, but is now known as something different.
Yes.
Omen Arc
of Omens. So they announced yesterday in the Warhammer preview, which we didn't do an episode on. We probably should have. Oh, well.
Yeah. We'll get there. No, we won't.
They announced yesterday that Warhammer 40,000 is getting more almost like Kill Team Into the Dark, is basically coming to Warhammer 40,000.
Yes.
And now we know that when they told us that we would be able to build out a full Space Hulk with these,
they weren't lying.
They weren't lying, and what they didn't tell us is that they meant that for 40K, not for Kill Team.
Yeah.
So if you are interested, now for me this is kind of a less of an exciting thing because I'm not really interested. I don't play 40K.
Right. Not yet.
So this terrain set is kind of not super exciting to me. It's still great terrain, but the fact that it is almost exactly the same as the last one,
So this is not, I mean, it's not super exciting maybe, but it is also good because if you missed out on Into the Dark, then you're not going to miss out entirely on this terrain.
Right. That's also very nice. Yes, because maybe you didn't care about Breachers and Kroot.
Yeah.
Maybe you care about Kasrkins and Necrons.
Yeah.
The Kasrkin models do look amazing. I am going to get that box for them. Let's keep going.
All right, coming down. Kill Team dice sets.
My God, these are terrible.
These are hideous.
First off, the colors are hideous.
They're rust-colored, and I get it, but it's...
And they didn't even bother to give us two different colors for the two different factions.
I think... Well, I mean, that's nothing new for Kill Team, though.
It isn't, but ugh.
It's still... Yeah, no, this is patently hideous. I don't know what they're doing over there.
Please note that these dice sets have been slightly delayed in the USA, Canada, and Japan.
Yeah, because they're awful.
Yeah, these are bad.
Yeah, okay, so the English and Japanese language editions also are slightly delayed of the...
in Japan.
In Japan for Shadow Vaults.
So...
Don't know why.
Kill Team-themed playing cards.
Okay.
Moving on.
I hate this crap. What? Don't do this.
It also says it's good for generating a Space Hulk using the rules featured in Into the Dark.
Oh. Because
you can, like, use that to generate terrain setups.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Still slightly delayed in Japan. Sorry.
Adeptus Titanicus.
Yeah. Hey, match play guide. About time. So it's important to note that up to this point, Titanicus, as a specialist game, Josh is pulling out his phone because he's bored.
No, I'm pulling out my phone to make sure I have my notes.
Has been mostly a narrative game / historical game. in strange ways. But this is finally, hey, we're taking this seriously. We're starting tournament play. Please buy this other book. But there's advice for running your own tournament, rules for doubles and narrative events. Cool, awesome. If this match play guide is basically boiling down everything that's come out in the last couple of years for Titanicus, like, I'll be a happy panda. Because there's a lot of stuff for it floating around right now.
Yeah, that's always nice.
So let's look at the Graviton Ruiner. I need more weapons for my Warlord Titan, because volcano cannons are great, but they just aren't doing it, and I don't want to buy Forge World Volkite blasters, but gosh darn it, I'll do it if I have to.
So are these kits Forge World or not?
I assume, I have no idea. The other ones were.
Right. And that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't look like resin. But heck if I know. These might be Forge World. I don't know. But like I was just talking to Brian the other day about how it's been a minute since we saw anything for Titanicus.
Yeah.
And then we get all this. It was like, oh, okay. Well, since you insist. Graviton weapons are usually pretty good. They're probably not going to be good at bringing down void shields, but they'll probably make hash of whatever armor you've got. It's probably going to be like, hey, you get an extra critical hit or something if you. Yeah. Oh, yep. No, they are Forge World. So saith this.
Visual Forge World web store.
Oh well. But hey, the thing about Titanicus is that you don't need a box full of weapons. You need one or two.
Unless you, And speaking of things that are made of substandard materials and not
oh boy, yep. Hey, we back to it's metal time,
so
baby.
I don't get this one because we already have a Boromir kit, and the Boromir kit comes with Boromir on foot, Boromir mounted, and Boromir. Now maybe it's because the existing Boromir kit is Captain Boromir, where he's in his metal armor,
where he's in
which was
metal
only in
Gondor.
And I'm sorry to go with this level of nerd, was only in a deleted scene in Return of the King.
Yeah,
which is flashbacks between Faramir and Boromir. This is his version on horse with his kind of...
Yeah, this is Fellowship Boromir.
Which is weird because I don't think he was ever on a horse in the Fellowship.
I think he rode a horse a little bit in the Fellowship, but he didn't
on the way to Rivendell, anyway.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But point being that this is not...
Unfortunately, Boromir is generally played with his banner when he's played competitively or even at all because he's really good.
Yeah.
Then we get Blackroot Vale commanders.
Yeah, who are these nerds?
So these are fiefdoms army. So this is Gondor, which is the Gondor fiefdoms.
Okay, so this is Gondor and its surrounding countryside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can ally these guys into Gondor, and you keep all your Gondor rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Why not? Again, not heroic scale, 28 millimeter.
Fiefdoms. I don't know if anybody was crying for more fiefdom stuff. I guess I shouldn't say more because all of these are old models. Speaking of old,
Elendil and Isildur. If you've been keeping up with Rings of Power, these will not look familiar at all.
No, but they were. These are in-demand models at least.
Oh yeah,
because people do really care about these two.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it's just like, man, I want a sculpture of Ulysses S. Grant for my Civil War thing. It's important. It's still,
if you're playing Last Alliance army, you're probably playing it to use Isildur in the ring.
Yeah,
because he's like the best part of that army.
And there's Narsil unbroken.
Yes. Well, yeah, they're playing the non-broken.
So yeah, you lead your Numenor armies. This is the important thing.
Well, you can Numenor. I mean, the thing is, Numenor. People don't really play Numenor. They just tend to play Last Alliance.
Oh,
because it's. Look, being able to take elves is really good. All right.
Yeah. Haradrim.
Yeah. So this is where we get into minis that maybe haven't aged too well.
Oh boy. Are you saying minis that haven't aged well because they're weird or because they're mildly racist?
Yes.
Sure. Why not?
To be fair, it's not. I wouldn't call them mildly racist. They just don't look very good.
No, they just don't look. They were clearly made in the same time frame as a lot of the metal minis from Warhammer Fantasy.
Yes,
with all the foibles that come along with that. But again, they're cycling through.
Yeah. So we've got the Haradrim King.
Yep.
We've got
the Mahud King,
which is that's Farharad, which never showed up in the movies. Because the Haradrim were, they had the Mumakil.
Yeah.
Farharad, like, you can ally into Haradrim and you can ally into Mordor. I don't know if anybody actually plays Farharad by itself. I mean, I'm assuming there are people who do.
And I also know that the Middle Earth battle game is a lot more popular in England than
yes.
it is in the UK than it is here in the States. So keeping this well in mind that this is an international thing. More Mahud.
Raiders, Mahud King.
Camels.
Yep.
Warrior Warband.
Yeah, these guys did show up in... this is just a random fun fact.
Oh, yeah?
These guys did show up in the Battle for Middle-earth video game. Because there was one mission set in Farharad.
One mission?
Yes.
All right.
And it was just about conquering them as Mordor. So
okay. So, yeah, these guys are here if you have too many good memories of Battle for Middle-earth.
Apparently, yeah.
Sure, why not? And hey, now we're getting into the real
worth noting,
dank.
all of those models above are metal.
Oh, yes. These are all metal.
Yes.
Metal all the way down, baby.
If you want to play those factions, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, good luck. Speaking of metal, here are some super fine detail cutters.
Yeah, so I guess we'll talk about all the tools at once.
Yeah.
We've got the super fine detail cutters.
We've got the mold line remover, which looks like it's going to be found at a crime scene at some point.
It says it has a new notch to clean up the rims of your bases. Because sometimes that happens with GW bases where they get the flashing on the bases.
Yeah.
So they put a notch on there for that.
Uh-huh.
What else do we got?
Sure, bud. We have the long-awaited release of Knife. Kniff.
Yep.
It's worth noting this is an X-Acto knife.
Yes.
With a rolling ball. I don't know what this stupid
It's
thing
supposed to lock it in place.
And you know what else locks it in place? Screwing it on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then we also have a drill.
Okay,
So
cool.
just some things about these. Like Citadel...
Drill your gun barrels out. Whatever.
Citadel tools tend to be overpriced.
Yeah.
Like... Now,
you're paying for the Citadel on
all
there.
of the previous tools are gone from the web store, so we had to check our own store stock.
Yeah.
Clippers were $35.
Uh-huh.
The knife was $34.
Okay.
The mold line remover was $18, and the drill was $27.
Uh-huh.
Only the drill of those is the one that's kind of approaching the normal price of a nice hobby drill.
Yeah.
All the others are grossly overpriced.
Mhm.
I mean, a good X-Acto knife is
30 cents.
no, not the blades are 30 cents.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
the actual knife with a very secure thing is $6.
Yeah.
We don't know how much these are going to cost, but they're probably not going to be any cheaper.
No.
And
I
mean, here's the only one I have any kind of hope for. Like the mold line remover is nice.
Yeah, let's go take a look see at that. That the notch is cool.
The notch is cool, and it does work very well. But it's probably going to be $20. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how much it's going to be, but if it's
it's got a nice fat grip on it, I will say though.
It's still not worth that much.
Oh no, obviously not. But
the only thing I think you said you have hope for is the.
I actually am interested in the super fine detail cutters to see if they hold up against scrutiny, against the like $12 Bandai clippers that I get off of GameStop or whatever.
But the old ones were $35.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're approaching the price of like really good hobby clippers from places like Tamiya or Bandai. And if you're that expensive, but you're just cheap crap,
remember Citadel.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for.
Right. And
that's this again, and I hate to sound cynical, even though it's never stopped me before.
No, you don't.
No, that's true. This is I'm at a hobby night at my local at my LGS. Crap, my clippers broke, are dull, or whatever. I've got some extra scratch. Screw it. I'll just grab one of these and keep building.
They are completely out of the Vallejo and Arm Painter ones.
Yeah. Those Vallejo ones are real sturdy.
They are. I need to pick up a thing of those.
Yeah.
I want to try some of those.
I highly recommended. But
we also got new White Dwarf.
White Dwarf. Yeah. Hey, this is interesting to me personally, because I do love me good old
new campaign rules.
Yeah, new campaign rules.
There's also an Army of Renown for Necrons in 40K, specifically a Destroyer Heavy army.
So if you've got a whole bunch of metal destroyers floating around from 3rd edition, we got you covered. Hey, Black Library Warhammer Horror fitting for Halloween and stuff. Then we've also got The War of the Fang by Chris Wright, luxurious special edition.
Yes.
It's very Edda-esque.
Magnus the Red is angry that they burned down Pizza Planet with all the pyramids, so he's come back to illegalize a woo.
I hate you, and I want you to know this. It also has some interesting ooh-woos in here. But yeah. Okay, cool. Sweet. Looks rad. Hey, the Void King, Rogue Traders are getting a lot of more press nowadays.
So this interests me more because I've always liked the stories about the Rogue Traders, Blackstone Fortress.
Yeah. Blackstone Fortress was good.
Yep.
And then the Rogue Trader books from like the early 90s.
I didn't read any of those. I mean,
no, don't.
I tend to like the Warhammer stories that are not about Space Marines or really kind of like the general stuff.
Yeah.
And these flesh out the universe in a way that often I enjoy. So hopefully this one will be good.
Yeah. It's going to be hardback, ebook, and audiobook.
I'll get hardback.
Briardark. Hey, you know what? The Warhammer horror stuff has been pretty good lately.
Yeah.
I read the one that was in the 40K universe, and that was interesting. It's very Fall of the House of Usher-esque, except stretched out over several dozen chapters. But this is people walking, just straight up walking around in Shaiish, which is
horror enough, honestly.
Yeah, no kidding, right? But yeah, so Briardark coming out soon. Again, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. Have you listened to any of the Warhammer audiobooks?
I have not.
They are pretty good. They get people who know how to pronounce these stupid made-up words, and they
and sometimes I get
Brian Blessed, fly my Hawkman, yeah.
Right.
Speaking of
Twice Dead King, Reign. This is the sequel to Twice Dead King, Ruin.
Yeah. So worrying about the Flare Curse, that's a bad time for everybody involved. But see if old Lord Ultix can finding out that being king is not all it's cracked up to be. Jeez,
this week on ABC, the Twice Dead King. Sundays at 9.
Rob Schneider is a carrot. Hey, we got some French releases.
We're going to skip over the language releases.
And German releases, new stuff on Warhammer Plus, Dark Angels, Zombie Flesh, Old White Dwarves. Yay. Painting of the... I mean, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's for some of us, it's the only way we get anything done.
Yeah, the Twitch team Warhammer is so sanitized and boring, I don't really pay
attention.
But anyway.
Yeah, so if you have any interest in any of this stuff.
I'm excited for Gallowdark. Or, obviously, sorry, Shadow Vaults.
Shadow Vaults, yeah. I'm marginally excited for that as well.
You're probably more excited for...
Give me the Titans.
Yep,
Titan stuff. This is, honestly, the match play guide is where I'm at with it. Like, give me more of that. Give me it. Hey, who's excited for Guilty playing cards?
Absolutely no one. If we're wrong, tell us below. So
please tell us we're wrong.
Send it to a psychoanalyst and find out what the heck is up with the world.
Yeah, see if you're doing all right there, bud. But yeah, hey, that's been the Sunday preview rundown. I've been CJ.
I've been Josh,
who's yawning, and that's what we got. So hope to see you on the tabletop.
We'll see you next week with whatever GW decides to bless us with their glorious presence.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.